besides marching and protesting, what else do you suggest?
Well, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not a miraculous. What did you say? Murder.
She's kidding. Wait a second. She's just kidding.
Don't say that. That's
you don't know. They'll pick up on that and just run with it.
Yeah, that's the worst.
She's just kidding. It's.
Well, let me talk to you about.
Joining me now, Jedediah Bila, host of the great Jedediah Bila Live, where you've seen me, and she's just awesome. And also, she used to host The View. I can't believe she actually went through this. Jedediah, before we even get into these people, how does someone like you sit down with those hags every day and not just yank out all your hair?
Yeah, you know, I couldn't do it now. I could not do it now. I was, you know, much more mellow back then. Post-COVID, post-craziness, post-communist exposure, where we've really seen them for who they are, there's just no chance, because I would have to call it out. I mean, and by the way, that clip you showed, very powerful, because Jane Fonda absolutely meant what she said. They were trying to cover for her. You saw that out. Oh, she didn't really mean it. She meant every word she said. But Joy knew that if she left that show, people like us were gonna say, oh, inciting a little bit of violence there, Jane. We were gonna call her out and hold her accountable. And so there was an attempt at a cover-up. But Jane is so committed to the communism and the destruction that she dug her own hole. She was like, I actually wasn't kidding. You saw that go on. Sick, deeply sick.
Jedediah, how can you, no matter what your belief system is or whatever it may be, how can you want other human beings murdered, using their own words, and not realize you're the bad guy? Because I have no doubt that Jane Fonda thinks she's the good guy. I'm sure she does. How's that possible? If I ever found myself on television or radio calling for anybody to be murdered, I would have to do some soul searching that night, yet these people don't.
Well, true leftists have no self-awareness. And I also argue that true leftists have no conscience when it comes to other people. They have no empathy. I mean, you saw what unfolded the last couple of years. And by the way, if you'll remember, I went on that show and I simply just said that I had chosen not to get an experimental injection. And they went nuts. They cited me as misinformation. They screamed, they yelled. They didn't care about what my doctor had said. They didn't care about my medical history. They don't care about other people at all. They are completely devoid of conscience. So what they really want is the elimination of the other. They want an elimination of people like you and me who are fighting to protect people's freedom. They want us to disappear. And they've gotten grotesque in the way they say it. And less, you know, it's less secretive, the approach, because they have media on their side, largely. So people get out and they say this stuff. The media is disgusting these days. I mean, you saw what happened with Nashville, and just the media, the way they handled that story was vile beyond measure. And you just see a lot of cover-up on their side. So there's a fearlessness, and they're getting very ostentatious about the fact that they want us eliminated, whether that's via mandate. You know, they don't care if you lost your business. They don't care if you got, you know, something that was medically advised against for you. And they don't care if you die, as long as it's for the cause. And by the cause, what they mean is the expansion of communist leadership. And they think they're going to be the exception, right? They think they're going to be at the elite and they're going to be protected. They're just not that powerful. They don't realize the system's coming for them too.
Support the First TV today and get instant access to exclusive specials like Who is Ron DeSantis, the history of FBI scandals, and America's worst presidents. Visit thefirsttv.com/support or download the First TV app to become a supporter and start watching today.